Nice to see you again, Tob.
Morning.
In less than 8 days, perhaps.
Yes.
Just tell the people briefly what's going to happen to you.
Well, to me, we're going to have a party at my house. It's going to be...
Monday the 8th?
Yeah, Monday the 8th, double eviction. They've listed it for 8 o'clock in the morning. The properties are less than half a mile away from each other, about 10 minutes walking distance. It's going to be really interesting, I'll be honest with you, because the other property has got 4 of my friends that live in there. I've got four separate rooms. They've all got their own locks and their own rooms. It's like a mini HMO. But that is on the main A26 Tunbridge Road, which goes from Tunbridge to Maidstone. It's the main vein that goes to the M20 into Maidstone Town Centre, which is double busy at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can imagine everyone's trying to get to work. And where I live, down in Glebe Lane, is the Rat Run, where everyone goes down to avoid the traffic on the Tunbridge Road. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know what the plan is. I can only guess. But it's...
Can I just ask you one question? I recently posted a video with, I think it's called Mr. Naylor.
Yeah.
I've also a picture on my Facebook page where it appears to be coming out the window that they went through originally.
That was beautiful.
Have you seen the picture?
I have, mate. Yeah, I've seen the picture and the video, and I think that's poetic justice to see the people stand up and the belly man forcefully remove him from the building that he's just entered and him ending up on his arse.
What's interesting, nobody got arrested on the day.
Well, because they won't, because everything they're doing is
the police observed what happened.
Yeah.
So Mr. Naylor going out the way he came in, maybe, I don't know if he came in forwards or backwards, I can't remember, I'll have to re-look at the picture. Maybe that's a sign that maybe he needs to change his tactics, because he needs to look at the people who he's dealing with, because these people are just honest individuals.
But that's right, and it is, the interesting fact about that is what happened on Monday. It's exactly the same outfit that's been tasked to attack both of my properties, Wilson and Row. Ashley Mark Naylor is on the Bailiff Register as a recorded High Court Enforcement Officer or agent for Wilson and Row. I've had quite a few run-ins with him, spanning back over 8 years. One of the most prevalent ones we had was down with friends of ours, Michael and Ali, on East Grinstead, and he turned up, and that was mob-handed with the police. And we stood our ground, and he left with his tail between his legs. But they do employ dirty tactics when they come at stupid o'clock in the morning, mob-handed, sort of 20, 30 people. Without no notice, and this was back then. I think the laws have changed now. I think they do have to give notice.
Just last question for you before you. I mean, how far have you travelled today?
Oh, it's quite local for me, this one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm only in Maidstone, so it's only Gravesend, so it's only about sort of 40 minutes.
So can I just ask you something? How long have you been fighting mortgages?
I started on this path specifically with the mortgages back in 2013, so 11 years ago.
And how long have you been fighting your mortgage?
Back since back end of 2013, beginning of 2014, so 10 years.
Do you think that you are a target for them because of how long you've been challenging and gaining possessions?
Massively, yeah.
Yeah. So do you think Monday they will try and make an example of you?
Without a shadow of a doubt, they've been targeting me for over the last 10 years. This isn't the first rodeo with Bank of Scotland. They tried back in 2014-15. I beat off 3 sets of LPA receivers. They instructed LPA receivers to try and take the property. And there was one that was with Channel 4. You might have witnessed it, where that was their last attempt. And then it was another outfit that tried taking the property, which they tried in 2014. There was another outfit come at me in 2018 when they took the property. And funny enough, it's virtually 6 years to the day. It was the 9th of July 2018. They broke in 7 o'clock in the morning, and that was another friend of ours, Scott Hines, who was subcontracted out for court enforcement services, who broke in 7 o'clock in the morning, and that was assisted by the police. The police come into the house and now arrested me for an allegation of malicious communications. They took me out the house, so then the bailiffs could then metal shut the house up. I was held in the police station for 12 hours, and then they released me early hours of the morning with no further action. So I know the tactics.
They're going to be. So you have been travelling all around the country, giving your time, helping people with, fighting repossessions, gaining lawful recapture. Yeah. What would you like from the people now?
Well, you know, it's I did say the other day it was it just I felt a bit nervous. I was sort of trying to keep it private. Believe it or not, I am a bit private with my personal stuff, and I was trying to keep it I was going to keep it under wraps because I didn't want to give them the heads up, and I was going to deal with it in the network, sort of off record, so not to give them the heads up. And then, you know, I spoke to a good friend of mine who's an ex-fraud detective. And he said, look, no, Toby, it's just go public. And I think time is to go public and just get everything on the record. Right. And this will give me the opportunity to actually be able to go right the way back and explain the whole journey and all the experience I've had with the Magistrates Court, the County Court, the Royal Courts of Justice, the Chancery Court, the corruption. I've seen the corruption from the police, the solicitors, the judges, right the way through, and every single walk, personal injury claims, judges, there's a den of corruption. So yeah, I would like to, sorry, getting back to my point, my ADHD brain
have support from the people on the day. It's your turn now.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. It'd be lovely.
So if anyone could turn up in Maidstone to support both your properties.
It'd be beautiful. One of the first ones I went to was probably about 10 years ago now, maybe a little bit less, 9 years ago, was Tom Crawford's, and there was about 500 people turn up. Yeah. And that was beautiful, you know, to see the bailiffs off. I mean, I'm not expecting 500 people, but just to get some nice numbers, because this is what it's about. Everyone's woken up to the COVID and the scam with the government, etc. And now, obviously, that's all fizzled out, and people are they've gone down that rabbit hole. Now they're starting to dig in and realise about the banking, finance fraud, the mortgage fraud, the corruption with the courts, the police and the bailiffs, and the collusion and the asset stealing and grabbing. And it's good, because now people are sort of, whereas years ago, we was only a few of us going down that path, and it was called tinfoil hat, nut job conspiracy theories. Now people are realising that, hold on, these people, maybe they did have a valid point. So, yeah.
Am I right to remember in one of your court cases that the judge said she doesn't care what fraud is being committed, all she wanted to know was why you weren't paying the mortgage? Yeah. She actually said she doesn't care.
It's the same old tactic. Did you get the house?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's go back before that.
Yeah.
And I've been asking them for 10 years. For 10 years I've been asking Bank of Scotland, via lawyers, via Birmingham Mid-Shires, for a simple question: can you provide me the evidence and proof that you lent me any money?
And they can't.
No.
They won't.
Because they don't, because your signature of the greatest funds. It's a security. Banks don't lend money, they trade securities. And your mortgage deed, contract, whatever it is you want to call it, that you sign with your wet ink signature, is the security that they've traded and sold on and sold on and sold on for SPVs. I mean, in the case on the 13th of March, we went back, we explained it all through and said that the holder, I think it was a holding company, that we proved that the chain of custody. Well, I basically said that Bank of Scotland haven't got any local standard to bring the claim against me, because they A, never lent me any money, and B, the security that they did hold, that was the agent for, has been sold on. I said they need to be made joint party to the proceedings. Just all got completely ignored, because it was rubber stamped by Steinhardt, whose order I challenged. I mean, if you want to go right into it, it was absolutely ridiculous. This is March last year. Well, go right before that. July 2022, Bank of Scotland put an application in for possession. They put their particulars of claim in. I put an application to strike out their particulars of claim with all the supporting evidence. I went down to Maidstone County Court. I got a court form affidavit. I'd filled it out. As most people know, with an affidavit, they have to be witnessed by an officer of the court or a solicitor. I took it down to the court, so I've got a court officer to witness my signature on the affidavit. I went to the printers, got it 3 copies printed off, got it scanned, emailed it to the court, took 3 bundles down there, and special delivered it to the court, and they've not acknowledged it, and it still hasn't been dealt with.
So seriously, they're avoiding you, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to
I think we're
go back to this, but thank you, Toby. Thank you.